right, so I have new cars and toys. So I picked this fella up just out of the garbage, and it had a basket that was broken, and I pulled it off and just cleaned it up and letting my little girl learn how to pedal with it. It's got these little feet so it can just, and there it goes. And these are called Cozy Coupes, and they're in okay shape. This one, I got two of them for the same price. This one's got the bug eyes. Janine, sorry about the bug eyes, but I don't know, I might remove these, but I'm actually going to paint this one up and do some sort of decoration. Now, anyone who doesn't know anything about these suckers, they only have one door. They're just push around and they're allowed to steer. They have a few accessories. This is usually a mirror, which is worn out, and a key, which you can turn and it clicks, and little horn. And this one's kind of nice. It's got a handle to push so I can push, and it's got cup holders for me and for her. And I'm just going to clean this one up and paint it, and it'll be her little Cozy Coupe. But the other one, we are going to do much more. It does the same thing. It's a little older one. It has a normal face. I think this is like the 30th anniversary, and this is called the Cozy Coupe 2. But the 2 is going to get modified. Oh, they also have another neat little feature. Both of them do. This one's missing a gas cap. You can get a little gas tank. But what I'm going to do is this one, so you can see the doors open. You can remove the wheel. The wheels are supposed to turn. This one doesn't really want to turn very well. So what we're going to do is pretty much remove these wheels, and we're going to put some sort of frame and make it stick out to about there. And I've already ordered a little playtime. I've already ordered, so effectively it's going to end up being, and the wheels are going to stick out to here, and I'm going to have a handle, and it's going to be more of a wagon, and I'm going to put the smaller wheels on the front and then some big wheels, so it'll give it a nice rake. And of course I'm going to paint it and put a frame on it, and right here there's going to be a little motor which she can take off and play with. But effectively this is going to be a cool dragster hot rod sort of wagon and toy for her to play with when, take her for walks in it, and I can take it to the park, and just all around be a fun little piece, and take it to car shows and have her something she can play with while we're there. So I've seen people do all sorts of things, chop them. There's a lot of customization on Pinterest, but this is my little opening intro. I guess the first step will be to just buff these suckers. I'm probably going to repaint this one in the original colors because I want to give it that classic Cozy Coupe feel. But yeah, it's what you do. You bleach them out, remove the broken wheels, and it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, gotta clean, time to tinker. I've disassembled and cleaned all the little areas, and I don't know if you can tell really here. You see this dark staining? That's dirt, but it's on the inside. Get in there. You see how it's still got dirt? I'm gonna have to blast it out of there. Probably with an air tool, and then maybe with a hose, and then use my air compressor to just shoot the water out. And I still need to clean up the hubcaps. I didn't do that, but I wanted to get it clean enough my daughter could play with it. I gave it a quick wipe down and then showed it to her, and her eyes lit up, and she tried to climb into it. I showed her the door, and she thought it was the bee's knees, and she pushed around. And so when what I'm going to do is I'm going to take her for a walk and use this, but I disassembled it, and I want to just show people how. I didn't bother with the steering wheel. Oops. Right on the edge of this table. It's just not quite big enough, but all I had to do was use a Phillips screwdriver, and I used this one to help pry, because I wasn't sure, especially with this. I ended up breaking this off. It's a real simple cover, and they'll probably need to be replaced once I'm all done anyway. But this one's cool. I'm gonna maybe get Suzette for that one, and I'm just gonna paint it so you're not gonna see quite so see-through-y of it anyway. But the big thing today was to get it so it was clean. And there's also a seat you can put here so that they can just sit with their legs tucked and be pushed along. But here's the top, and here's all the screws. And crazy enough, these 4 screws, 2 hold it in the top, 2 hold it to right here, and all of these are used to hold the eyes together and to hold the eyes to the front. That's, I thought, was kind of funny. And the door just pops out. It sits in there by pressure once you take it off. And as you see, it's dripping. You know, they all have little holes in them, and they're just lying out here to dry a little bit. But now I've got it clean enough where she can play with it. It's been outside, so it will clean itself off, and all I have to do is the underside, and then we can go for a walk. Go a little cleaner, and cleaned out the inside of there, and you know, got the pieces just to get more. I think I'm going to use a little bit of compressed air, and I could see where having a flathead would be a lot easier, especially if I'm not going to remove this horn. But that's, you could if you really wanted to. I'm just sort of trying to remove all the parts I can so I can get behind him. I want this thing to be uber clean and uber nice. Now I'm going to try and repair everything on these, and if this ends up being something that I like, I might keep getting more and just repairing them. Whoa, that is difficult. I'm going to try to remove this broken hubcap to see if how the wheel goes. After a little bit more damage, I figured out that the hubcap actually has to pop off, and there's another one of these caps, the same ones that are used up here. And so these actually twist, and when they get to a point, they will pull away, and that's how you can remove them. So I'll, you know, see about getting a few fixed, and I can possibly reuse some of the old parts on the other one, since I'm going to go a whole different story with that one. But I will need to get new hubcap, I suppose. I left the headlights out with because I don't really like them with the screws in there. And the gas cap is broken to the point where I can't repair it without some more parts. So, now we're gonna go for a walk. All right, back together. I'll make a couple notes. These just pop off, as do the headlights and the tail lights, to clean under them. And I even pulled the keyhole out. However, I swapped these screws because I saw these were black and I wanted them the shiny ones. But as you can see, if you drill a little too tightly, you'll poke through. So you got to be careful if you use a screw gun like I did. But now it's the unveiling. Look, sweetheart. Hop in. Sweetie, use the door. Open the door. There you go. Close the door. What do you think, huh? You like it? Push hard. Push hard. Blue, you don't like that sound? All right.